Hey, this is James Pelton, and if you're anything like me, you've seen the government give out a lot of money to a lot of people. And maybe you've received, I get these all the time, hey, get $10,000 from this government program, $20,000 from this government program. And most of them, I think, oh, this is probably a scam. I'm not going to take the time to do this. But there is a government program that's going right now that I can verify. I've talked with the people who have received the money, and it is paying out. And it is called the Employee Retention Credit. Okay, so it's for business owners. But if you're not a business owner, don't hang up. I was going to say hang up. That's not the right word. Don't stop watching, because there's opportunity here for non-business owners as well. Okay, so I want to tell you how this works. So the government, as part of the COVID relief stuff, has this employee retention credit. And basically, it's a tax credit for businesses that were affected by COVID. Okay, and affected by COVID can mean a lot of different things to a lot of people. You know, like if you're a restaurant and you had to switch to curbside delivery, or if you're a business that had different hours, those are all things that COVID affected my business. Another thing I didn't realize when I started looking into this is also applies to churches. So if you're a church who had to change your service times or had to close down or anything like this, there's potential that you qualify for the employee retention credit. But it's fairly lucrative. Some companies are getting up to $26,000 per employee. So, I mean, you imagine if you have 50 employees at your business or at your church, there's a lot of money that is coming out of this program for businesses. It's a huge opportunity. So the first thing I'll say is that if you work for a business, okay, if you are part of a business, you're a church or anything, I think it is worth your time to just see if this tax credit is something that you could take advantage of. I've talked to a lot of businesses, a lot of churches, et cetera, and a lot of times they say things like, oh, our CPA's on top of this, or our HR department, I'm sure, is handling this. That's not the case. Of all the businesses that qualify for the ERC credit, only 20% have actually taken advantage of it. Okay, so I think if it is worth it for every business, every church, to at least check and see if this is something that you qualify for. It's free money sitting there. So if you're not a business owner, you say, this doesn't apply to me, I'm not a business owner, yada, yada, yada. There's still ways to make money for this. The program that they're doing is not very well known. So they're actually paying people for you to bring people in to receive this ERC funding. So basically, they're paying you to go tell people that they can receive money from the government. So it's like a sales job, except for being a salesman, you're telling them you'll give them money. So instead of being a salesman, you're more like Santa Claus. And the company that I've been working with through this process is called Bottom Line Concepts. So they help handle all the paperwork. And again, I'm not a legal person, so you can't come to me and say, hey, my business wants to apply for this. So what I do, I go tell people about it. They contact this Bottom Line Concepts, helps these businesses get their credit. And then Bottom Line takes a little percentage, and I take a little percentage, not of any of your funds, but of the credit that you receive if you go through the process. So it's a win-win-win situation, which, again, I like those. If you kind of want to just know more about this, I did a full hour-long QA, but I'll leave a link. It'll be right up here. A link to that full question and answer if you want just more info that way. I'll leave a link to the website here. On the website, there's more information about it. There's a video that kind of walks you through exactly how it works. And there's a Get Qualified. All this does is just schedules you a call with the Bottom Line Savings team. Okay, and it's a short call. It's just a 10-minute call. There's no sales involved or anything like that. It's basically they're going to ask you, how many employees did you have? How do you feel like COVID affected your business? And they'll tell you, oh yeah, you definitely would qualify for $20K per employee or $15K per employee or whatever the case might be. Or worst case scenario, you schedule a call, it takes 10 minutes and they tell you, yeah, you're probably not going to be a good fit. Personally, I think it's worth it for every single business to at least schedule a quick call and just see. A lot of people think, no, I don't qualify, or they think, no, my CPA is handling this. It's not something that a lot of people know about. But again, I can verify. I've talked to the people that have received money through this program. So then if you're interested, I think this could be a huge business opportunity. It could be a business in and of itself where you just go find businesses and get them to file for their ERC. So basically you convince them to get free money, and then you get a percentage of what they bring in. And I was talking to a guy who's made $200,000 in the last 60 days just from bringing in businesses to apply for the ERC. There's a lot of different ways, my entrepreneurial juices start flowing with anything like this. You could go be a door-to-door salesman. You could go be a cold caller if you're that type of person. Maybe your local church, just contact them and say, hey, have you looked into the ERC? You should file a call. I mean, if that can bring an extra $200,000 into your church, that's just sitting there. That seems like something that you would want to do. So if you're wanting to take part in the referral program, I'm going to leave an email to my business partner in this. His name is Kevin, and he's managing this. Anyone who's worked with me knows that I am too scatterbrained and don't have the time or energy or desire, really, to manage something like this. But I'll leave his email address. This is what I do. I just put work off on other people. But I'll leave Kevin's email address. Get in touch with him. Say, hey, yeah, I would like to start referring people to apply for the ERC. And again, this could be a money-making opportunity in and of itself. And when you get signed up as a referrer, they'll give you your own website like this. Like, this is my referral website. So anyone who schedules a call through here, I get a percentage of what they bring in. So again, if you bring in a huge company that gets $5 million, you can make a lot of money. And really, you didn't have to do much to make it happen. So I think it could be a great opportunity. And what's been my practice is I use ChatGPT for everything now. So again, if you're looking for ideas, of course, I've got tons of them and happy to brainstorm with you guys. You could start running Facebook ads to your landing page. You could make your own landing page. You could become a YouTuber, make a video like this. ChatGPT has some ideas. I'm reaching out to local businesses, host a webinar or a seminar, partner with local organizations. Something I thought about too late, but I was at a pastor's conference in Minnesota just a couple weeks ago. And again, this is something that's great for churches. I don't know if you remember the story of Jesus turning over the tables in the church and saying, you've turned my house into a den of thieves. I definitely don't want to go that direction. But again, this is not asking churches to pay or buy anything. I would feel a little bit more guilty about that. Like, I don't want to go to church conferences and be like, hey, buy my stuff. But this is actually the opposite. You're going to churches. A lot of churches do struggle financially. And you're telling them, hey, did you know there might be hundreds of thousands of dollars that the government is in this pool waiting to go to you. So in ChatGPT, they highlight success stories. Good idea. You guys are going to realize that I know nothing about anything and that I just use tools like this to make it seem like I do. But yeah, we have some testimonials. So the Boston Red Sox have used this, college hunks hauling junk and moving. They don't talk about how much money these companies have actually made, but I know I've talked to some companies that have gotten $2 million back from this credit. There's a lot out there, a lot of potential. Forgot to say, because I'm a bad YouTuber, but please hit the like button. Comment down below ideas that you have. I'm just on the lookout for income. It doesn't even have to be passive. Side hustles, passive income, crypto, investing, I mean, whatever the case might be. Comment down below what type of content you'd like to see. If there's specific programs or things that you want me to look into, I'm pretty open. So I love exploring these different money-making opportunities. And again, maybe it can save you some time where you don't have to go look through them. I can weed out the good ones and the bad ones. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.